Whether you want to fight your way through a reimagined history or perhaps a real one, we've got you covered here. Here to tell us all about the latest update to Age of Empires 4 are World's Ed's principal lead producer Savannah Harrison and principal design director Christopher Rubio. Thank you so much for being here, guys. How you doing, you guys?
Yeah, we're doing great. Hi, Charlie.
Good stuff. I'm like, oh, God, I think I'm good, but I need to talk on camera for a minute.
We're doing awesome. I think we're having, the show has been great, so and it's awesome to be here to talk about the game.
Absolutely, and your booth is full every time I look at it, so fantastic reaction. So let's talk about Dynasties of the East. Let's hear a little bit more about it and what it's going to add to the Age of Empires 4 experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been waiting to talk about this expansion for ages. That's not meant to be a pun. It just kind of came out.
Nice.
Well done.
So I'm so excited that today's the day. I'm going to be patient for, 15 more seconds, though, because I think it's important to say that, this is a big week for Age of Empires 4 All Up. Not only have we announced the expansion, but we also announced that Age of Empires 4 is coming to PlayStation 5 on November 4th. So
how exciting.
It's so exciting, right? We're so excited to have more people able to play Age 4. So just a great week. We're overjoyed.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Expanding the family.
Yes, it's always great to expand and age up.
Yeah, 100%. The puns here are ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
Don't worry, we've been practicing them. I'm sure we'll pull out a few more. But Dynasties of the East is really going to be a great expansion to jump in with. It's full of content that we know people know and love. We're introducing 4 new variant civilizations, 8 maps, which are a mix of kind of very competitive focused and also a little bit more casual, a little bit more fun and quirky. So we're really excited for people to learn more about them. And then 6 new biomes, which are just breathtaking. I mean, they'll take you from the temperate fall to the Greek islands.
Those are my favorite ones so far. Absolutely love those.
Yeah,
Team did a great job.
I want a vacation in there.
Absolutely, for sure. So should we talk a little bit about the Crucible then, actually, here? So this is the new single-player mode. So Savannah, can you explain exactly, I've got loads of questions here. I'm going to try and pace it because I'm so excited. What exactly is a roguelike RTS and how does that work within the context of Age?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Crucible, we're incredibly excited about it, right? Franchise first experience. It's going to blend not just the classic RTS gameplay that we all love, but it's also including elements of roguelite in that there are randomized objectives. So every time you play, there's something new to do. We'll probably talk a little bit more about them in a bit.
It is on my list of things to ask.
And then there are also elements of kind of hold against the horde gameplay. You're being attacked by enemy waves as you work to defend your wonder. It's also just a very customizable mode, something that, footage that we're showing right now is kind of walking through the initial setup. You can go in, you can change your civilization, choose any civilization that you want.
Which has always been a great feature of Age All Up, is exactly how much you can tailor the next few hours of your life that you want to play, right?
Absolutely, right? Are you looking for a challenge? Awesome. We have a difficulty for that.
We are going to challenge you.
Are you looking to just kick back and have a good time? This is a great mode for that because it's again, kind of each experience is a little bit different, but it's also a great mode to kind of go into, learn. It's a good opportunity to experiment with some of the new civilizations and kind of pair them.
You can just have fun. It's just
100%.
literally just relax, chill, but if you're more competitive, you can jump in, play some of the harder difficulties and really get that challenge. So the team did a really good job putting this one together, so we think players are going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. And this is where the mix of objectives and perk points I've seen all come into play, right?
Yeah, there are a few different components. One of which is the boon system, which would have been featured in the awesome trailer that opened this segment. Boons are essentially, they're offered up periodically throughout gameplay, and they're these cards that offer special abilities, and they're meant to kind of
don't worry.
They're meant to they're meant to kind of provide different opportunities for the meta to kind of push your strategy. We have over 50 boons, so there's a lot.
It's a big whiteboard in the office just coming up with new ones.
Oh yeah, and they have great names, so it's really worth trying to see as many of them as you can. The boon system is really interesting because some of the boons are purely positive, right? There's one called Call of the Wild that gradually brings all of the Gaia on the map in towards your town center.
Okay.
So you're not having to go out and scout, right?
Sure, yeah. Which is very precious at the beginning. You don't send them off to get the sheep and bring them in because
they just come to you.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Very
Awesome.
good.
But then there are some more complex boons as well, in that they come with a really great benefit, but also a trade-off. So one that's very popular with the team right now is called Golden Parachute. It's a little self-explanatory,
Sure.
But essentially you receive a steady stream of gold throughout the mission, but you sacrifice all of the gold mines on the map.
Wow. Okay, so you get gold early, but there's actually a limited quantity. You can't go out and farm that at some point.
Yes.
Wow.
Gradually you're accruing this gold,
Just over
right?
time.
But it is a trade-off, right? It is kind of pushing how you are going to strategize and how you're going to go about playing the game. So a really cool system. We also mentioned kind of objectives. Obviously, the core objective within the Crucible is to defend your wonder. We have these enemy waves coming at you. They are kind of growing in intensity over time, and the main challenge is to hold out as long as you can.
Sure.
But
This is where I'd be turtling. I think I say this every era. I'm such a turtler. I have 1 million wolves and 1 million people. So would that strategy work?
look at you. Well, you'd be able to protect your wonder, right?
There we go. Absolutely. Objective done for me.
And then, if you're feeling especially courageous, we really incentivize going and exploring the map. So we have these optional objectives, these points of interest. So you might be wandering the map and see something like a crop circle. You might be wandering the map and see a coliseum that is defended by a champion unit, and if you defeat that unit, they actually come over and join your forces. So it's really worth being
beneficial
adventurous.
to maybe step away from the walls a little bit and
just
exploring.
Just for a little bit. I promise you can go back to turtling.
Thank you so much, Savannah. I appreciate that. Wonderful. Now, the thing I really wanted to talk about was these 4 new variant civilizations. I don't know how much time we have to talk about all of them, but I know we've got, well, as I say, 4 that we can talk about. So can we maybe focus on the Golden Hordes?
Absolutely.
That one looks like my favorite.
The Golden Horde they're actually right now one of my favorite. And I don't like to play favorites in the game because there's so many great civilizations. We do have the Golden Horde, we have the Sengoku Daimyo, we have the Tugaluk Dynasty, and we have the Macedonians. But the Golden Horde, much like every civilization in Age of Empires 4 was inspired through history, right? So unlike the baseline Mongol Civ, the Golden Horde is all about conquest and rapid gameplay. So they produce units very quickly, and they sacrifice the mobility, which the mainline has. That mobility being able to pack up structures and move around the map very quickly. The Golden Horde does not do that. At the center of the Golden Horde is the Golden Tent. Here's where players manage basically their age-up process. There's a lot of really fun and unique, upgrades and technologies that they can get as they age up, which gives the Golden Horde player a lot of flexibility in managing the tactical managing their tactical play in the battlefield in itself. So a lot of great stuff there. They also have all of our civs. I should say every variant civ has unique units, structures, and technologies. It's not
and elephants.
And there are elephants in the game, which we associate that's back to the Tugaluk Dynasty. But there's a lot of really cool things. One of the things that I love about the Golden Horde are the fact that they can build palisades onto the battlefield.
Beautiful.
The baseline Mongols cannot do that. In addition, they also have fortified outposts, some more powerful units. They also bring the mighty Batu Khan onto the battlefield. Again, and they have these Torgud units that are heavy melee or heavy cavalry that they bring on. There's a lot of really cool synergy between the units and how they play on the battlefield. So there's a lot of great stuff that players can take advantage of. And again, basically, it all comes back to one of our core pillars in Age 4, which is there's a lot of asymmetry in how the civilization's played, and our teams have done a fantastic job of maintaining that. Now that I think we'll be at 22 civs with the release of this DLC, and that's a lot to maintain. And
as you say, have that different sort of play style.
And that's actually one of the core things about each civ is that when we go to design them, it's how are these civs going to play? How are they different when they're brought onto the battlefield? And I give the teams a lot of, I poke at them a lot, like how are we going to make them feel fun, right? The most important thing, are they fun? Are they different? And that's really it. But we got 4 civs in this, and it's going to be, I think players are going to have a great time. So.
Wonderful. Savannah, I have to ask, do you have a favorite civ from the new variants?
Oh my goodness. I am quite partial to the Sengoku Daimyo, but you brought up elephants. And
yeah.
So I do have to mention the Tughlaq Dynasty. There are 3 new elephant units.
3? You're treating us. Wowzers.
And one of them is my favorite unit with this expansion. It's the worker elephant. And essentially he works as a mobile drop-off point.
Beautiful.
So really great for managing your economy. And I mean, he's just the best.
Love it. Thanks so much. Well, I suppose I have to ask now, is there anything else that you can share? I wish you could stay here forever, but I think if there's some final words you wanted to pass on.
Yeah. I mean, for those of you who are at Gamescom, we have a booth set up. We have the demo here. We'd love for you to swing by. You'll have the opportunity to play the Crucible. You'll have the opportunity to check out the Tughlaq Dynasty as well as the Macedonian Dynasty. So we'd love to say hello. We've also got our design director from Relic Entertainment, Zach Robinson, with us. So
he'd love to say hi.
He'd love to say hi. And then for those of you who aren't at Gamescom, we have a lot of information on our website, ageofempires.com. You can actually find 4 Civ pages that kind of go into specific detail about these 4 civilizations. It's awesome. Just a really good read. Grab a coffee and sit back with it.
That's great.
And then obviously, Dynasties of the East is available for pre-order today on your storefront of choice. So you can learn more about it there as well. And we also just want to give a huge thank you to our community. Our players are so passionate and dedicated, and obviously this is content that we've made for them, and we can't wait to hear more of what they think about Dynasties of the East. We can't wait to see more people play it. So I'm just thrilled.
Yeah, I want to add on that what Savannah's saying about the players, that we have teams. We have Relic Entertainment, Forgotten Empires, Climax Studios. These teams are incredibly passionate about building on the greatness that is Age 4, continuing to make it better, more fun. What are new types of modes and experiences that we can add that players haven't seen before? So these teams are, I got to tell everybody, they are really passionate. They want to make the best Age 4 possible out there. So, and again, we got teams here. They would love to talk to fans and players and show off all the greatness that we have in Dynasties of the East.
Beautiful. And based on the reaction alone from this news, I think the fans feel that too. It's been so good to talk to you both. Amazing to hear more, especially about the elephants, Savannah, and I cannot wait to play myself. So, real-time strategy fans, remember, you can pre-order Dynasties of the East now for 15% off. Didn't say that before, but there you go. Fun fact.